The following program is for adult audiences only.
Time to open up some whoop ass.
Turn the volume up, they can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, 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 let's start the clock. HCW, yeah, we're bumping chops.
Welcome back to HCW's Bumping Chops, where the chops hurt and the words mean nothing. I'm your host, Billy Simmons, owner of Heartland Championship Wrestling. Joining alongside of me is my co-host and good friend, Bobby Casey.
What's up, and welcome back to another episode of Bumping Chops. Bumping Chops is proudly presented to you by the Chubby Buddy Studio. The Chubby Buddy Studio can be found on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, all the socials at Chubby Buddy Studio. That's where you're going to get all your Bumping Chops episodes, so make sure you're following us on all the social media platforms. And we are also sponsored by... Oh, I almost hit the wrong button. Mason Coley Creative. Mason Coley is the man behind the lens of HCW. And if you have not ever seen any of his photos, make sure you're following Mason Coley on Facebook and Instagram. Just go to @Mason Coley Creative and take a look at the shots that he hit. I can't wait till he's only dropped, I think, 3 sets of the show Legacy.
Yeah, the ones he just dropped with Kane Carter.
That was the first set.
Oh, yeah, that was a great set. And...
T2G
and Austin Reddick. Oh my goodness, what some shots. Mason Coley is fantastic at what he does. He is one of the best action shot photographers in Kansas. So if you're not following him, follow Mason Coley Creative on all social media.
And hit him up for any photo shots that you would be liking, except for weddings. I do need to highlight that. As we've said, we've never mentioned that before, except as of recently. But he doesn't do weddings, so you're out of luck. But Chubby, I already did that one. All right, my bad. I'm not in
out
the
of
buttons.
Out of sync today, Bobby?
It's been a month.
Listen, I know I've been stupid busy at work, so we had to miss one, and then
all good.
You know, I didn't think it was smart to do one right before Legacy, so we figured we'd do it after. So,
well,
but this is a good one. So might be a long one, but this will be a good one.
But your socials.
And to follow more of HCW, follow us at HCW Live 23 on all social platforms. That is HCW Live 23. And then also follow our website at HCWonline.com. That is HCWonline.com.
Which is also ran by Mason Coley Creative.
Also ran by Mason Coley Creative. What you got today, Bobby?
Well, today we are going to do pretty much the same thing as we always do, but I think it's going to get a little wild. But
it might get a little wild.
We're going to hit you with some Today in Wrestling History.
Okay.
We're going to hit you with some Smack Talk Showdown, which I think this might be one of the... I was hoping for more...
No, this guy absolutely sucks at promos. I've got this in the bag.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, he's guaranteeing something before it happens because he's only won technically 2. But today in Wrestling History, Smack Talk Showdown. And we're going to break down Legacy 3 along with the previous Salina show. I don't know how much we'll get into that, but we'll do what we can. And other than that, we need to do this with a guest. And this guest is, I think he's been anticipated with both of us at least for a while.
You know, this guest is technically my very first, full student.
Before Jordan Rivers and before...
No, those are ones that came in and kind of went out, but this individual, since training with me, is not left. And he's not left my side. He's my right-hand man. He is a part of HCW through and through. He was with me through thick and thin at XWE. He is my right hand.
I changed his name, by the way. I do want you to know that.
What'd you change his name to?
I changed his name to the Wonder Boy.
The Wonder
Boy.
What?
And his mom snitched on me.
Good. She'll snitch on if you fuck with her kids. She'll snitch on you every time. But this is the one and only Golden Boy Paradox.
Ooh.
What's up, brother?
Oh, he gets silent again. That's what he did last. What the hell?
he always gets silent when pressure's on.
Nobody's watching it.
Yeah, he'll go out and beat the shit out of somebody, but if you try to get him to talk when pressure situation, he just gets clammed up.
No, it's not about being clammed up. And the Golden Boy, while the Wonder Boy does sound great, the Golden Boy was a beautiful thing because it was naturally given to me. So I respect the Golden Boy much more than I do the Wonder Boy. Don't get me wrong, amazing UFC.
I
fighter,
did not
but,
actually mean to change it, but it just, I don't know why I wrote it down. Like, I just wrote it down on the card. I wasn't thinking. And your mom, at least your mom is a fan.
Look, and that's my fault. I've gotten so used to I've worked with so many announcers that like they've just I've never go and talk to them about when they come around. I'm good friends with like you and like all the announcers, but when they come around to like, hey, what's your weight? What's your size? Most of them already know everything about it, so I never go and double check.
I had all that. I had all that.
Yeah, which is crazy because you had announced me multiple times as the Golden Boy, and
no, that was actually only the second time as the Golden Boy because you didn't.
Really?
You were still running heel. You were running heel.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
And so I was like, it was only the second time, so I was like, it's got to be. Yeah, it's Wonder Boy. It sounds great.
Tag 'em and bag 'em says your nickname should be Pancake.
Pancake.
Ooh.
Yeah, they said you flip flop like a pancake.
No. Here's the thing. Everything I've ever done has always been for the fans. I'm through and through. That's whatever.
That's true.
That's just how I am.
Even when you were walking around beating people up with baseball bats?
Sometimes.
yeah, take that drink.
Look. Sometimes like here's the bat was always supposed to be a one-off thing. I was always supposed to come out for it one time. And and then it ended up being one of those things that they kept asking, "Hey, where's your bat?" Because and I was like, "I grab it. It's in the back." Like I'm just like every wrestler around me. Like no matter where I go, I got gear with me. I got extra gear with me. I got whatever you need. I got. You need to hit somebody with something. You need a little get. I got it with me. And I've always traveled like that. So they were like, "Where's the bat? You're not carrying the bat anymore." I was like, "I can bring the bat." And then it just ended up happening. Sometimes you get a situation where it's helpful to have a bat.
Yeah, and we also get in situations where bats bounce off of things and hit kids in the head.
I had nothing to do with that.
That would be one Kane Carter.
Yep.
But it was your bat, Paradox.
It was my bat. It was my bat. But see, he wasn't. I didn't authorize him usage of my bat, and so he grabbed it and in anger, I think threw it down, and it hit the ground, and then hit the kid, and like the kid was great. I mean, he was a champ about it. He was fine,
right? Yeah, stud. Ate that, and then
got some good shit out of the whole thing.
Funny enough, later on, that kid ended up bringing a huge inflatable bat. And hitting Kane Carter with it. So he got his lick back.
Yeah, Kane paid him back pretty good, I think. He was like, oh, shit.
That was pretty good.
Fan for life right there.
So, Paradox, let's talk about a little bit about your career a little bit. So, we were talking a little earlier and trying to figure out. I think we met about 12 years ago.
And give or take a couple bumps.
Right. I remember well because, I came back off of an injury and was looking to join something to knock ring rust off. And Nathan and more Nathan than anybody invited me to come out to one of y'all's shows. And when I got there, I'm watching and I can tell early, like the passion was there for almost everybody in there. But y'all were definitely not trained.
Oh no, you're right. The knowledge was not there, but like the production and the production value and
so
the passion
good
behind it. I mean, it was phenomenal. That's honestly the only reason why we created such a big thing, because most of those guys didn't know how to wrestle. I come from that background, so I knew, I knew how to wrestle.
But you knew shoot wrestling, right? Like you knew that, like you could shoot wrestle because you were a state champion collegiate wrestling, correct?
Not the state champ. So the background in that kind of gets, that's my whole life. Was I was the kid
Right.
that I wrestled year round. I did the high school, the federation, the collegiate. I did the year round wrestling. I was always ranked. I got a something up on the board in school, a couple schools of like records I've broke. That's always been my identity, was wrestling. And for about 6 months there, I finally like wrestling wasn't existent, and then I found this,
Right.
and I was like, I needed that back in my life, and so
Yeah, and so when I come in, XWE, like, you know, they're kind of new and they've got this great production and you got people in there that like were passionate about the business. And, you know, I went in and I didn't try to like, you're doing this and you're doing this. I just kind of gave subtle hints, and I went up to Paradox and I said, and at the time he was half painted, half face paint. Like this side was black, this side was none.
Let me tell this story from my
All right, go ahead.
point of view here. I was actually practicing a move that I had no idea how to do, and this is my first encounter with Billy at all. And here comes this. At the time, he's much bigger than what he is now, and he comes up and goes, "Hey man, do it like this." And mind you, I'm practicing doing moonsaults off the bottom, second, and top rope. I'm practicing doing moonsaults, and he's like, "Hey man, do it like this." And I take one look back, don't know who he is, don't know nothing about him, and I'm like, like I'm like, you about to show me, you know, like look at you, like how are you gonna show me anything? And immediately there, like he told me something about me. I trusted him a little bit, and then from that point it worked, and ever since then I was like, I fuck with him, like I trust him, and that's the story writes itself there. Ever since that moment, I was like, he was right, and I've been by his side, and ever since then, that was the defining moment right there.
And you were bigger than Sam Stackhouse then too, weren't you?
Yeah, because I had gotten up to 540, but at the time, like I think I'd lost like 70, 85 pounds and was down where I could actually walk around and stuff. And then I continued to lose. I think the lowest I'd gotten was like 305.
You were a wiry 305.
And then I gained back up to 420, and right now I'm back down to 350. So I've always struggled with kind of influx and outflux of weight. I have not been under 300 pounds since 7th grade.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah. So it's always been big. It's just...
Oh, I've known that. I know that.
Right.
I mean...
You've been friends with me for a long time.
Jesus.
But, yeah, the cool thing... So that story from my perspective was I went in, and the owners of the company were real skeptical anyways, because every time they have dealt with someone that had training and stuff, they treated them like crap. Like they treated them like backyard wrestlers instead of treating them like guys that were passionate about the professional wrestling business. And so they were skeptical of me anyway. So they actually let me come in, and, you know, I watched and I observed a little bit, and just little things, but I was the first person to make sure I was helping tear down and stuff like that, trying to show that I'm there to help the company, not to try to think I'm big, you know. And, you know, you had people like Paradox and a few others that referee Sean Deeds actually came to the Salina show, and man, it made my night. Like I haven't got to see him, and see him and hug him, and like he was another one of the originals from back then. And that whole thing was such a great time and a great experience, and something in my whole career that I'll never forget and I'll always cherish, because I got people like Paradox and Sean Deeds and, you know, Nate and a lot of people out of that time of my life. So it was good times. And then from there, shit, he got in a vehicle with me and we were everywhere. Me, him. At the time, I was tagging with Kuda. So me, him, Kuda. Was it Jamie O'Ryan for a while?
Well, originally it was me, you, me, you, and Helms for a while, and then you tagged with Kuda. Then it was me,
that's
you,
right.
and Kuda. But for a long time, it was me, you, and Helms going everywhere.
I could not imagine that. Like
It was so fun.
being a fly on the wall in that car. Were you a part? I have a question. Were you a part of that trip to? I guess Helms had brought up something. He was like, "Yeah, we got a hotel room for like an hour and 20 minutes just to take a nap before they rode."
That was the first time me and Aaron, when we went and met. The first time I met Drake Gallows.
Oh wow!
And we went to Sam Stackhouse's bachelor party.
Oh.
It was fucking nuts, and we had to be in Amarillo to wrestle.
That's
the next
right.
night.
That's right. Because you guys won good at the casino and then went and bought belts.
Yep,
okay,
that's it.
I could see just because of how he interacts in the back is like Paradox has definitely been a part of that story somehow. Like sleep because you guys shared a bed, right?
Listen, Paradox has been part of a lot of stories.
No. Look, here's the thing about me is I've been in a lot of hotel rooms, and I've always been just weird things about like protecting my integrity or my image about stuff, and I've never shared a bed with anybody. If you get two beds, you get double beds. I'm on the floor in between a wall and the bed.
You will.
I'm
100%.
very particular about situational things in which if I'm asleep, it comes off vulnerable. So I'm in a situation where you can't come up on me with unannounced. I'm in a situation where you got to move me.
Oh, I get that.
I've never been in a bed with someone else. I don't do any of that. It's benefited me a lot. I've protected myself always. You know, I know I'm a good person, but I have to make sure that there's never a situation where you can be like, but that one time. No, there was never a time.
See, we always had rules to that. Like if you fell asleep. Oh, go ahead.
But that's just the point. There is I don't allow there to be my interpretation of no, you couldn't.
Oh Lord, he would not have meshed well with us. Like me, Jordan, and Josh used to sleep in the same bed. Jordan was in the middle. I was on one side. Josh was on the other. Yeah, big ass king size bed.
Shit.
Also, I'd like to point out that both those guys snore so loud.
Jordan, Josh.
No,
Josh will wake the dead.
He's talking to me and Helms.
Okay.
Billy and Helms, like there was one time, like I was on the floor, I had to share a room with them. I cranked my phone to the max, and we got a noise complaint from the hotel from those two snoring, and we got a noise complaint.
Listen,
about
this asshole always. You know how he goes to sleep? This asshole every time he goes to sleep will put on fucking The Office. All we heard all the time was The Office for him to go to sleep.
It's not for me to go to sleep. It's for me to drown out the snoring, honestly.
But then, so me, you, Helms, Howard traveled for a long time, and then Helms kind of quit traveling, and Kuda joined us.
Yep.
Then you slowed down on traveling.
Well, so for a short period of time there.
Go ahead.
I mean, what? Well, I was gonna say for a short period of time there, it was me, Howard, Jamie O'Ryan, and Kuda, and you.
Yep.
That we had our own little circuit there for a long time.
Because what was the group that went to? Was it TNA? Ring of Honor.
Oh,
what was the group that went to Ring of Honor? Do you remember in Chicago?
No, because you've mentioned that to me many times, and just like he had mentioned, I'm interjected in a lot of stories. I was never on that trip.
Fuck. See, that's how much he was traveling with me. I think he's with me at different times.
And you brought it up to me multiple times, and I just go, yeah, sure. But I was never on that trip. I was originally supposed to be. I think something came up, and I wasn't supposed to be on that. I was originally supposed to be on that trip. I didn't make it, and I've been asked about that trip multiple times, and I'm like, yeah, did that happen? Sure.
You're an asshole.
Look, man, because there's so many moments. But that's the thing is, there's so many moments that we were together, that we did do these things, that like we did travel, we went all these places. That and more times than not, I have a terrible memory. There's a good chance I probably was there. I probably was on that trip. Probably did do that or whatever. Only time I've been in Chicago is when I had a crossover flight when I was flying to New York.
Damn it. Anyway, so let's talk about your career so far. So how long have you been wrestling?
I'm on 11, I believe.
Okay.
So probably what some of the other than like your seasoned guys like Tommy Snow, your Bob Evans, all those. Everybody else has less than 5 years that we've pretty much had on, and Aaron Helms. He's probably got close to.
So Aaron, I don't think Aaron counts his backyard stuff when he was doing stuff with Drake.
Oh, and
but if he does, then he would have technically longer. I don't really count
think about the same
that
time
either. But Paradox was with XWE, and then me and Helms found each other playing a video game called Ark. And then he came and joined us shortly. Krill, remember we were in the what was that dang place where they put a mechanic shop right next to us? We were in that barn.
yeah. It was actual full mechanic shop, and they put a wall up for us to have a wrestling ring there. And I remember there being this one weird guy too that like lived in the back, I think, or something. But look, we had our own training facility that had heating and cooling and air. Like it was a great time.
I think some of the best times of my entire wrestling career was at the Ambassador Hotel, though.
I 100% would agree with you. And I would borderline. I mean, it's in my top 5 of my life, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moments there that are absolutely cherished, and it's an Office quote. Funny enough, it goes back to like he says, "I wish there was a way you knew you were in the good old days before the good old days were gone." And that's one of the things that I cherish, and I wish I would have known how precious those moments were in there, where everyone, like, it was a great environment. Everyone was grinding to the max. Everyone wanted it to succeed, and it was succeeding. We were getting the proper feedback from the crowd. The crowds were big. We had great stage production where we could do and have a lot of freedom with it, and the lighting was good, and like locker room was good, and we were doing like killer matches. I mean, it really was one of those moments that and even the after parties. We did after parties there, and everyone was so close with each other, and they were good and productive, and like there was never any issues. Everyone loved everyone, and it was great. It was really peak times for wrestling in general, and I think that's what really projected us to have like now how we pride ourselves in having a healthy locker room and healthy wrestling and positive things. That was a good stepping stone, or even a good foundation for what we strive for now.
Yeah, 100% agree with you.
Man. What's wild is like, I don't know if you know this, Paradox and I both have a relative that we are both related to, but we are not related to each other. So like, Heather had said, you my cousin Heather, right, Billy? Heather Bilson. It's Brett's Heaven's mom.
Yes.
Okay. So she told me that you had a wrestler that wrestled with you, and I was like, okay, yeah. And it was my first show because she took me to go see Burt Kreischer in Wichita.
Oh, okay.
And it was that weekend.
Nice.
So she took me to see
Kreischer,
Friday, Saturday. Yeah, love
such
it.
a good comedian.
Yeah,
so good.
But she took me to see him, and on that trip, she's like, "Yeah, I have a cousin apparently that wrestles for BJ," and I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Do you know it?" I was like, "I don't know anybody. I've never even done it." I was like, "I don't even know what the hell you're talking about." And this was the very first Air Capital Brawl.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to first do it.
The first time you ever did
very first time. And she tells me this. She's like, "Yeah, I don't remember. I think she said it was Creel." I was like, "That sounds like a very familiar name. If I heard that, I would have 100% remembered that." I don't know this dude.
Right?
Yeah. But obviously in the back, you get wrestler names, not personal names. Right. I don't know, it was like a little over a year and a half. It was like, I want to say this was right before the turn of this past like November, like right before Nowhere to Run, I think is what it was. He messaged me out of nowhere after he sends me a friend request. He's like, "How do you know Heather Bilson?" And I'm like,
Okay.
well, she's my cousin. And I was like, how do you know Heather Bill? Like, I didn't even pay attention, but he apparently is Facebook stalks or something. And he's like, how do you know Heather Bilson?
You Facebook stalking?
No,
Paradox?
no. Let me clarify here. I don't Facebook. I don't Facebook stalk.
His mom
anybody.
does.
That makes sense.
I'm not a nosy person. I could care less. But my mother.
After I called him the golden boy, his mom went and found me. She's like, I'm going to fuck this dude up. And then she's like, oh, how does he know Heather? Hey, ask him how he knows Heather.
I mean,
So
like, you
how
don't
that
mess
happened
with
for
Sherry.
me
That's
was like-
plain and simple.
yeah, I was just discovering that I had a cousin. You know what I mean? And
Right.
my mom kept seeing his name pop up with stuff. It's like, hey, like you, like there's a connection here. Of course, she does her investigation, which is, it would probably rival the FBI. My mother's great at, I mean, so she goes, such and such. I message him, and I'm like, hey, how do you know such and such? And Heather, and we end up finding out that like it's a weird connection, but somehow through like I think like a marriage.
Well, you're related to her through her dad, and I'm related to her through my mom. Like, it was like total opposite sides. Yeah,
it's opposite sides coming together, and
Crazy.
It was
and
just
she's
funny
not
'cause,
close
like,
to her dad.
Yeah, and he's telling me this whole time. He's like, I think we've had this conversation, and I'm like, I have a terrible memory, so I'm like, we could have, but this is
I told him
right now.
That's right. Yeah, because I remember actually it was the first Legacy show the only not Legacy, the first Leavenworth show. I was like, hey, apparently you are related to my cousin. Like, we're not related, but you have the same cousin that I do. And he was inebriated. This was the show. This was the show.
Not Paradox.
Not Paradox. Okay. I've got to tell this,
Hey,
and this
hold on,
will be
I was
very
gonna
fast.
say,
But
first shot, I was inebriated too.
yeah. Okay. So.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah.
You were inebriated.
Yeah, we were inebriated.
Okay.
But Heather, and that's where I asked him, and obviously he's not going to remember when you're under the influence of anything. And he then, you just knocked my camera.
No.
What'd you do? No, just turn the. Nope, it's not. Wow.
Hang on.
See, rookies. Don't touch it. Stop.
I ain't touching it. I hit the thing.
Here we go. There we go. All right. Anyway, you had met, or I had went to the Leavenworth show. It was actually me and his second to youngest brother, Josh. We are doing the dual announcing for the Leavenworth show at the Leavenworth local, and it was my birthday weekend. So Josh and my wife took me out for steak dinner, and then we went and went and met you guys at the hotel. This is how inebriated I remember Paradox being, because my wife later, and don't take this any way other than I know what inebriation can do. She randomly asks me, and I said this to Billy, and he probably forgets. She's like, "Does Billy like help like special kids?" And I was like, "What?" You kept repeating the same thing to my wife over and over again. She said, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "That guy with the red beard."
So
it was the greatest.
So in retrospect, I could probably promise you I probably wasn't that inebriated. In Leavenworth, that's where I felt my freedom, to where like in Leavenworth, I went through a wall. I got hit with a fire extinguisher. I went through tables. That's where I felt like I had the freedom to like just go crazy, and I would put everything on the line. So there's a good chance that you just crossed me when I was probably suffering from like a C word, and I just, Oh,
well, no. This was the day before the show when they were setting up. You guys had all just got there, so that's not an excuse.
Residual effects.
It was just funny because I don't remember it.
I call bullshit, Paradox. Definitely bullshit.
It was just funny how she came up to me.
I used to drink those guys under the table all the time. It takes a lot to do that.
Here we go, bro.
Well, my wife loves Billy, and that was the funny thing. She just goes and she's like, does he help out special people? Like, she was excited. She's like, bless his, like the whole bless your heart. I was like, what are you talking about? And like I don't remember the interaction, but she's like this guy kept repeating, "Hey, I'm I'm Creole," or whatever it was. I was like, I don't remember that. She goes, "Yeah, you wouldn't because you had too much," and I was like, I just don't remember. But
is that the night that you were puking,
Hey,
and passed out?
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
look, that's also a bit
Yes.
I do sometimes. Also, this is not in good defense, but I do that bit sometimes where I'm like, "Hi, you ever heard the Tom from 51st Dates?" Or it's like, "Hi, I'm Tom."
10-second Tom.
So I've been doing that to
10-second
people
Tom.
sometimes too. I don't know, psychological.
Hey, I'm
thing.
Paradox.
One name you can't even really. It's hard to forget, but I really enjoy putting people in an awkward position because I'm naturally awkward. I had like anxiety.
My wife
natural awkwardness.
didn't feel awkward,
So
but
I try to put people in that too. There's a good chance you're absolutely right. I probably may have been, possibly, don't know, inebriated enough that I was asking the same question. There's also a good chance that I was probably playing some kind of like bit on that person.
Well, my wife did not fall for it. She thought you were just special.
She thought
It was
were.
awesome. She thought you were special, and she loved Billy that much more.
It's not even offensive.
It just
because
gave me more brownie points, so I'm good with it.
She wouldn't be the first one, honestly. She wouldn't be the first one to think that I was special anyway.
Well,
so
yeah, it was great. It was great. I laughed a lot.
My mama says that I'm special all the time.
My
so,
mama.
All the
My
time.
mama said I got special shoes.
Yeah.
So, Paradox, let's talk about your wrestling history a little bit. How many states have you worked? How many titles have you held? And what's your goals for HCW?
Oof, that's a tough one. Let's see. I've been Nebraska, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas. Then I did New York. I've been to a couple other ones I'm probably forgetting. Did a stint in New York where I did Brooklyn, Staten Island. There's probably some other ones I'm forgetting.
Missouri.
Did you go to Cali with us?
No, I did not go to Cali with you
me?
guys.
Okay.
But
Did you go to North Carolina with me?
Maybe. I did. I've done Iowa, like around the Council Bluffs area, Nebraska. I think one in Missouri or around the KCMO area, and then yeah. So like I've done a bit, and a lot of those. Like the cool thing about that, like everywhere I've been besides New York, it wasn't like a one-off thing. Like I've got a whole couple handfuls of matches in each of those states that, you know. So, and then as far as like, that would probably be the bit of where I've been, I think. For the most part there.
Okay. And then you were what, a Grand Slam champion at XWE?
So yeah. So titles I've won. Again, I'll be honest with you. I don't do it for the titles. It's cool to carry around a belt. I do it for the love of the game. I became a Grand Slam champion at a very young age. I think I won my first heavyweight belt at 19. And I've held a handful of others, and I don't think, surprisingly enough, I think I've only held one other belt in a different state though. Everything else has all been through like what I've tried to help build with Kansas Wrestling. So
nice.
Yeah, I Grand Slam champion, and then I did I think I was a PCW champion. I was a Heartland champion for a long time. Yeah.
Long time, huh?
Listen, he was a Heartland champion for a little bit, but Blade claims that no one held that title as well as he did, and talks some shit about Remington Roar.
I'll tell you this.
And then showed up.
Said, look, if Blade says that he held that title longer, I walked faster with that fucking belt, okay?
Which title are we talking about? Blade's never held the Heartland title.
No, we're talking. Well,
oh, I thought he said he said the Heartland title, but it was the Heartland title for a long time.
It was the Heartland title with the KWA.
Oh, okay.
Heartland Championship Wrestling the Heartland title became the new.
Gotcha.
And
when he said
then-
that, I was like, wait a minute.
But the Heartland title, the KWA Heartland title, is still my possession. Well, it was until Blade's big ass took it. But yeah, he said he's the best Heartland champion there's ever been.
No, it's impossible.
But Remington had other words, and we'll talk about that.
But
here's the
you just
thing:
whooped his ass, right,
You
at
talk
Legacy?
about the accolades of what it takes to get a belt like that, and then you talk about also Blade's automatically out because if you put a speed parameter, I walked more than 4 miles an hour with that fucking belt. Okay, and that's a big thing right there. I've done flips with that belt. You know what I mean? I defended that belt I defended that belt against Carlito, against Blanco Loco, about some top tier,
that's facts.
one of the top people,
Big facts.
So if you want to run, the whole
high.
who defended it up against the higher status, you can have the belt longer, but if you didn't wrestle nobody, then what does it really mean? I wrestled people that have defended belts in WWE, across in AEW, where do you draw the line?
So are you saying you were the better KWA Heartland champion than Remington?
I would put I battled Remington for that exact thing. Here's what I'm saying with this. It's one of the beautiful things about the personality that I have is I don't do it for the titles. I do it for the love of the game. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter, whatever status you have. You want it, you can get it. Okay, then that's the whole mentality. It doesn't matter if you've wrestled every person in the world and you beat everybody. I'm here. It doesn't. Whatever your accolades are, I do not discriminate. I'm not going to dodge you. Whatever it is. That's my personality through it all. Is this belt is meant to be at the top tier of whoever and the epitome of the best wrestler. And if it's not me, all the graces to you. Then you want it and you deserve it more than I did because you beat me. So for me, what I'm saying is the status of people that I wrestled were at a higher tier than anyone else. And we're at a harder conquest, and it was harder to defend than anyone else.
Okay. So going into, I asked what your goals for HCW are in your eyes, and coming up on the 23rd, we have the Battle for Blood, and it's the a rumble for a number one contender shot for the HCW title.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're putting yourself in that match. And then back to the top if you win, right? So what number would you prefer to go in, Paradox?
I want to battle as many people as I want. If you want to throw, if I can weasel my way into being number one and I can fight every single person that gets in that ring, then that's what I'll do. If I gotta be number 3 to fight every person that comes in there, the thing is for the love of what I do, it's open to everybody. I will fight, I will wrestle, I will do whatever it is because it's not about me. I've put enough on the line and I've sacrificed enough in my career that it's not for me. It's for if a fan goes, hey, I want to see you fight him, I want to see you wrestle him, put him on the list. It doesn't matter. I'm discriminatory.
So you're saying
I'm discriminatory.
You're saying you're
whatever it is.
An equal opportunity ass whooper.
Absolutely, I am. And down to the core that if I stand, I 100%, I stand on this. If I stand in the middle of the ring, it doesn't matter who walks out. I'll give it my best, and I will do my best to put a whooping on them. Or if I don't win, they're gonna remember that they wrestled me. They're gonna remember that they got in a fight with me.
Nice. All right. Bobby, let's hit this today in wrestling history.
Oh, yeah.
Hit some Smack Talk Showdown and get this podcast rolling.
Yeah, let's hit some today in wrestling history. Sorry, maneuver around.
Have you ever drank Bush Apple, Paradox?
Dude, all right. Before he asks this question, all right, I need him to do something for me. I have a feeling that I don't like Bush Apple or Bush Light in a can at all. That's why I poured it into a cup. Try it. That's why I was trying to get you to pour it into a cup. Just try it. It tastes completely different. It's much more appley. It's much more flavorful. It tastes so much better out of a cup.
It is better out of a cup, but it's still nasty.
Hold on. No, it's not. Look, to validate everything he's saying, I poured my first couple in this thing, and as you see, my beautiful fiance just handed me. This is a 42-ounce mug. I pour everything into a mug if I can.
Hey, can we get like a little? Where's your beautiful fiance at? Can we get a cameo?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Dude, I've drank more than Billy this time.
Yeah, it's because I don't like.
I've got 4 of these. That's how smooth they are.
No, they're not smooth.
So this is my beautiful fiance here. Hold up the mug here.
Hey, it's our volunteer.
Mega Pint Thursdays.
Mega Pint Thursdays, okay?
Oh? Okay, so what's Mega Pint Thursday mean?
So Mega Pint, I don't know if you remember with baby, who is the actor that did that? Johnny Depp. If you remember Johnny Depp and the trial and everything, they tried accusing him of you had a mega pint. Well, pint is a pint, right? Yes, you had a mega pint.
Okay.
So what we do is we have 42-ounce mugs, and on Thursdays we do mega pints. Okay, and a mega pint is just like you're close to the end of the week.
It sounds like you're playing Edward 40 Hands.
Look, it's nothing, but you can't get to you can't get crazy or nothing. But what takes the edge off? 42 ounces of Modelo takes the edge off. Okay. It gets you ready for the next day.
Y'all are definitely Modelo fans.
Absolutely, through and through.
Oh,
Me and my beautiful fiance, we are Modelo fans. And you talk about Bush Apple? No, I've never tried it because if something ain't wrong, I ain't changing. Okay, there ain't nothing wrong with Modelo. I'm not changing. I'm not changing what I drink for that. Okay, I'm not going. The Modelo.
But you're not going to turn. No, you're not going to turn down a free Bush Apple.
I'll turn down everything. If you toss me a Modelo or an apple, I'm like, give me the Modelo. I'm not. There's no debate here. Now, I'm a man of culture and respect. That if I'm working on the ring and I don't have no beer and someone goes, hey, you want a Bush Apple? Absolutely, sir. I would absolutely love that. I would never turn down a beer. Don't get me wrong, okay? But if I have options, it's not on the list of my options.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be on my list either.
Yeah, neither would
Aaron Helms. Aaron Helms loves this shit.
I'm not going to say that this is the greatest beer of all time. I just know that it's out limited time usually, and I enjoy it for what it is. I'm a Samuel Adams guy.
Look, I used to come to the marketing of it, and that's okay.
And I'm a Samuel Adams guy. I'll drink. Back in the day, I can't complain. We used to drink Old Milwaukee's Best, and that is the trashiest beer on the planet. So
hey,
I mean,
look, I'd be lying if I said I've never had a couple of Colt 45s tied to my hands to chug them. Okay, everyone has their moments.
Man, he is a bull in the china shop today.
Always.
While he's doing that, before I do this today in wrestling history, I kind of want, since you haven't seen a whole episode of Bumping Chops, it doesn't surprise me because you're not a guy. I don't think you're a guy that likes to sit down and just listen to stuff all day. You're a guy that does. You got a little bit of the ADD, ADHD, the TISM maybe. And
I can't deny any of that, but I'm just an in-person person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not a big
like you don't seem like the guy that will just constantly sit there and listen.
No,
right.
And even like we discussed before, like you got me on this podcast through a video because I was unaware of being in person. I would always option to be in person. I'm better in person. I that's all it is. I'm not a social media guy. I'm not on Facebook actively. I have a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I'm not on them regularly. I'm very active. I like to stay active, and
his beautiful fiance that he introduced to us earlier keeps track of our management chat because he can't.
Oh.
And look, here's the thing. She does a beautiful job, and I love her to death for that.
Excuses.
She is. Don't ever get it messed up. She's the one that organizes probably 75% of my life. She remembers and memorizes majority of everything I do. If I didn't have her, I'd be lost. I wouldn't probably even be here. I'm lost. Like, that's the whole purpose of it. That's my memory card. That's who does.
Let her hear that. Let her hear that.
Look, honestly, you should give her many thanks for even me being here on this, because without her, I would be like, fuck, I forgot.
So was I talking to you that whole time, or was I talking to her?
No, so you were talking to me, but if it wasn't for her and me going, like, the second you said, like, hey, you want to be on this? I got immediately, I'm on my phone telling her right now. And I'm talking within 30 seconds. I tell my girl everything. I'm on my phone telling her, just so I don't forget, just so I don't remember. I got a podcast that I got to do in a couple months. She knows. I could tell you the date. I asked her. She knows. She knows when what time I got to be on there, the date I got to be on there, what I got to do to be on that thing. Like, it's not. It's out of my control. If you want me to do something, she's the girl. She's the one. She's. I love it. She does everything for me.
Okay, so now I know if I need information or whatever, I'll just go to her. I won't even talk to you at all.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate that.
I'll tell you one thing, and she'll pipe it. Well, hold on. Actually, so don't do that one, because like on this date, he's doing this already. So like if you want him, I can pencil you in for this. She's.
So you're saying she's your manager?
Yeah, basically, yes. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't even see it as my job anymore. If you tell me anything, if it's not related to her within the first minute and a half, it's not happening.
At least you're honest. But what I was getting at, you good?
Yeah.
All right. But what I was getting at is that we had Stormy on, and she highlighted you for being her ride or die. That if there was ever any instance, like whether it be a cop, whether it be anything that she needed, you would drop everything for her, and she would be her first call out of jail. Now, I don't know if that's changed since she got engaged, but I do know that she did highlight your name. This was a little over a year and a half ago. So I mean, how is that relationship? I did want to highlight that kind of before I got this today in wrestling history.
Do you want this for my blatant reaction, or do you want me to like censor a little bit?
However, hey, this is your steering wheel, and this is I'm going to give you the Hemi to this ride.
I'll give you both. To blatantly put it, don't fuck with her. I will kill somebody for her. If she could call me and say, "Hey, I got a body laying in my front room. I don't know what to do with it," I'll take care of it. 100%. She has shown me in the same aspect of that Billy has, and Billy could call me for anything, any time of the night, no matter what it is. I'm that guy. I will do whatever it takes, and they have shown me so much respect and loyalty that it doesn't matter what it is. You could say, I need the moon 6 inches closer by fucking midnight. I'm gonna do everything in my power to do that. Okay, I will show up at their house at 3 a.m. when they called me at 2:45. I'll show up at 3 a.m. What do you need? I got you. Doesn't matter. I will race through traffic. I will do whatever it takes. I am a huge person on loyalty and respect, and they have shown me the utmost loyalty and respect, and I will do everything in my power to return that.
When I say right hand man, I did not lie. Listen, there was times in XWE, it was me, it was Paradox, and it was Howard Alden doing a whole ring into a storage facility by ourselves because no one wanted to. 2, 3 a.m. in the morning just because, hey, we fucking...
In the snow.
It was us. Yeah, fucking pouring snow, cold as shit, pissed off, bitching the whole time, but we were together. And like the three of us would not have let any of us not do it alone. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's that dude.
Well, that's the stories you don't hear. Like that's why you ask those types of questions on things like this, is because you don't know about that stuff.
Right.
Absolutely. Most of my life, I strive on. I want anybody who meets me and anybody who, sorry, got a little fucked up. He mentioned Howard, and
I did. I'm
but
sorry, bro.
no matter what the situation is, I strive myself on being the absolute person that I say I am. When I say that I got you, when I say that like I love you or any portion of that, I you don't ever worry about you can never ask too much of me. I will always be there. I will always do everything I can for you. I will always do every aspect of that. I will never disappoint you because I value that to the absolute peak of my life. And no matter what it is, I guarantee you right now, even on this podcast, if I got a call from Sydney, you would see me disappear, and I would be right there.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I would assume that you would know, but
Yeah, it would probably been him and me at the same time, depending on what the situation was.
Absolutely.
Because some situations she would probably call him first, and then others she might call me first.
For both of those particular people you mentioned, I got kids, okay, and I'm willing to give up every aspect of my life for them and in a purely selfless reason, just to show them that in life there are people who you can count on no matter what, and that they will be there for you no matter what, and that you will have a loyalty, and it is a rarity in this lifetime to get that from somebody, and I'll be that person to show them that.
Yeah.
Well, also today in wrestling history, I need to mention it is brought to you by none other than Smack Talk Showdown.
Smack Talk Showdown.
Smack Talk Showdown is a game played by friends, foes, wrestlers, and non-fans of wrestlers, I guess. I don't know. But it's a talk shit game, and it's awesome. And they sent us a free copy of it for this podcast, and we play it on here. And on Today in Wrestling History is March 11th, 1995. In the one and only singles match between Stunning Steve Austin and Macho Man Randy Savage, the two fought as part of a tournament for the vacant United States Championship at a WCW Saturday night taping in Atlanta, Georgia. Savage was victorious in the bout. Aren't you glad he changed his name?
I don't remember that match, but I enjoyed Stunning Steve back then.
Really? He hates it.
I can remember that mostly because when he used to do his run out, he still had that blonde hair comb over almost when he used to run out. He still had hair when he was coming as Stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah, he sure was.
But I mean, I've listened to him on several podcasts. He's like, I hated it.
Yeah, he 100% did.
But how would you feel about that though? If you go from Stunning Steve Austin to Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, that's two dramatic changes between two people, where one was okay and successful and got him into the door, but then one that made him a legend beyond any wrestlers like any
the
wrestler
greatest
ever
live
imagined.
promo cut, arguably, probably in wrestling history.
Yeah, and so like why wouldn't you be like, don't mention that, because you are at a legendary status that everything is taken over, that you don't think about how you started a lot of the times, you know?
Thanks.
March 11th was kind of boring, but that one kind of stuck out because Stunning Steve Austin it's not in everybody's vocabulary unless you know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
most people.
But no,
wouldn't
again,
even
that is
remember
brought to you exactly. But that again is brought to you by Smack Talk Showdown, one of our favorite games. And I think you wanted to take a break. Is that what this was?
No.
Oh wow, okay. He was gesturing to me, but I was lying. All right, so
I'm good.
this time on Smack Talk Showdown, we've got two. Well, I don't even say two. I think he makes up four people. Like, I bet you he could cut four promos with himself and not realize it. Like that's
Maybe.
But
I'm drawing his name.
he's
right?
gonna pick your name.
I'm gonna pick your name.
Those are Smack cards.
Oh,
The two blue cards. So I'm gonna pick two Smack cards, and each of these wrestlers.
Give me a number, Paradox.
7.
Give him a number. 7. I'm not doing that. I'm just taking two cards off the deck. And these two guys are going to get
Give
a
me one more
full
number.
1 minute. Oh, one more number.
How high does the numbers go? 57.
1 through 10. Oh, wow. I don't even know if he's got 57 cards there. That looks like he passed 8. Stop. He's really counting. But anyway, while he's counting these name cards, I'm going to give both of these guys 1 full minute to cut a promo based upon the segment card I draw. And in that segment, in that 1 minute to cut that promo, they're going to get a smack card dropped on them halfway through. And that smack card could range from anything. I'm just going to randomly drop it on you. And you'll have to maneuver around that, around your promo, if that makes sense to you. Everybody that's watched this knows exactly what I'm talking about, so just be prepared to be stopped, and then I will drop a smack card on you, and you have to pretty much Dwayne The Rock Johnson it at that point, all right? So just be prepared. What's his name?
He's the vicious nurse.
Oh, my God.
I'm a what?
The vicious nurse.
Vicious nurse.
Your name is the vicious nurse.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna tell you, I'll give it my best.
Hang on.
Wow, you flipped cards over, bruh. Bruh. You got a whole deck. He got a whole deck, and it's upside down.
There you go.
I got the dark one.
Are you sure?
Pick a light one for me. And I'm going to draw his name for you. Oh, wow. This is going to be great.
Oh, goodness.
You're going to love this. Yours might be, what was his name again?
Vicious nurse.
His might be the vicious nurse, but Billy's name is the singing hero.
Oh, God.
I better hear that. I better hear you sing.
Fuck you.
The singing hero versus the vicious nerd. Or nurse.
Nurse.
Vicious nurse.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, this is
than I thought.
Oh my God, this is great. All right, so your segment has to be about this. All right, so listen up. Next of kin, Brussels, Belgium. One wrestler is an overbearing parent. The other is the rebellious child. The producer decides which wrestler is the parent and which is the child.
Okay.
All right, Jesus. So do I go the obvious here, older versus younger? Studious versus, I mean, what are we doing here? What do you think? I mean,
you're the host, Bobby.
I gotta do it. Like, I want to. I think Paradox is going to kill this as the child. I'm just saying, he's going to rock our world with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Billy's definitely the overbearing parent. Paradox has. Well, actually, the singing hero is the overbearing parent. Talking to his child, the vicious nurse. And again, you will get 1 full minute. At 30 seconds, I'm going to interrupt you during your promo.
Where is this at?
Brussels, Belgium. Brussels, Belgium. That's the place. That's where you guys are at. Okay? Brussels, Belgium. You got 1 full minute, Paradox. All right?
Oh, I'm going first?
Clock. Yeah, he makes everybody go first because he's scared. He's scared.
He got some feet off something.
All right. All right. So when you are ready, you tell me, and I will count you down from 3, and I'm going to stop you at 30 seconds and hit you with a smack card. All right.
It's going to be rough, but all right.
All right. 3, 2, 1, deliver.
I can't believe that you don't approve of me here. You moved me to Brussels, Belgium, to do everything and to learn to become a nurse. Okay, and out of everything that I've done for you, and when you were sick, and I became a nurse to learn how to care for you and do everything for you. You put me in this situation, and you're not grateful. You don't appreciate.
Pause. The list. The speaker must make a list of grievances against the producer, which is I. 3, 2, 1, deliver.
Grievances? Against you or against the listener here?
Me.
Oh, fuck. What? Hey, and you brought me all in front of all these people. to finally tell me or finally tell the everyone listening about how I feel about the parental figure that I had growing up.
Time.
Bro, that curveball fucking sucked.
Yeah, I didn't know where to go with it. I didn't know where to go with that.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Reefing.
I can't use that one. Damn it. That would have been a good one if we had a crowd involved. All right. So let me get Yes. Oh my God. You're going to love this. You're going to fucking love this. You're going to love this smack card. It is perfect. All right. Hold on. Let's not forget who you are. You are the singing hero, and he's going to get 1 full minute to try to get he's the overbearing parent trying to cut this piece of shit child of his straight. All right. You tell me when you are ready.
So excited about this Smack Talk.
Oh, this is going to be, oh my God, this is so great. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm the singing hero.
I don't know how I drew this. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, deliver.
Vicious Nurse, yes. Yes, I moved you to Brussels, Belgium, but I did that to make you grow, to show that you need the respect. And as you did become a nurse to help me to bring along what I needed, you became a vicious nurse, not a nice nurse who cared, not one that understood.
Pause. This is so fucking great. Golden voice. The speaker must sing their theme song. 3, 2, 1, deliver.
And as much as I love you, you need to learn that the
Where's the singing
song of the singing hero, the blessed all the heroes here. He comes in to fuck you up because tonight you go down. And Vicious Nurse, even though you're my son, even though you are kin, tonight I end you.
That was fucking awesome.
Fuck both you.
Oh my God. That might have been the greatest session of Smack Talk Showdown in Bumping Chops history.
Yeah.
I pulled that literally in the middle of the deck.
I think
I stacked the deck after I pulled 2 other cards before that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let's not forget, Smack Talk Showdown is the sponsor of the Today in Wrestling History segment. Let us know who you think won. I think that could be a toss-up. I mean, but no, all right. I'm going to be honest. This time, I think Billy actually won this one just because I was not prepared for that song to be sung, to be honest. So, but no, go make sure you're following Smack Talk Showdown on Facebook, Instagram, and all the others.
Hey, so I want to, just
is he there?
Hashtag Garage Beer because I don't think without them I could have done a promo in that aspect.
Yeah, shout out Garage Beer.
The Smack Talk Showdown game. Did you think it was fun?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I while I'm not good at,
are you playing that damn prank on us?
Listen, if he's a little slow, you leave him alone.
I swear it's the Wi-Fi. I had to reset some stuff to get it to catch up. I thought the game was great. It's a lot of fun. I could definitely see myself that being a fun drinking game to do with people. I may not be that terribly good at it, but
that's all right though. Before we get into Legacy, why don't you go ahead and cut your speak to about Bears Den real quick, so that way we don't get in the way of Legacy.
All right. If you're interested in becoming a professional wrestler, you can contact me on social media or text me at 620-802-5209. If you call me, there's no guarantee I'll answer, but texting is the best way. And we run training every Wednesday for new people, and then once you advance, we do a Monday class also. So the Bears Den training facility, it's nothing fancy, but neither is greatness.
And your next show's coming up.
The next show is coming up. We've got HCW's Saturday Night Devastation, Battle for Blood. All ticket sales go to the Blood Cancer Awareness Society. So most of the wrestlers are donating their time and efforts in for this huge show, just to kind of give back to the community that supports us so well. So come out, support blood cancer awareness, and follow HCW.
Yeah. So why don't we now move or transition into Legacy 3, the third annual Legacy of HCW. Out of the first, I don't think we had a podcast when you did the first one. The second one, I think we had just started it, or we were about to, one of the two. But one word for Legacy 3.
One word for Legacy 3.
Or a sentence or a phrase, whatever you want to call it. Tag.
Exhausting.
And in negative or positive? Both?
Both.
Okay.
Because match-wise, fantastic. Fire alarm kind of caused some issues.
I wasn't even going to bring it up.
So that set us back an hour. Like, legitimately set us back an hour for our show. Turn your camera, Paradox.
He's good. He's not on camera yet. I'll be switching.
Fucking weirdo. Anyways,
some wild stuff.
But the matches hit.
Oh,
I think almost every one of them. I think it was such a fun show. It was an exciting show. A momentum changing show. We had new champion. Multiple new champions. So I think, like, as worried as I was to follow that card I had, Road to Legacy.
Last Chance, one of the two.
Yeah, I think we was able to hit for Legacy.
But before you snub the fire alarm completely, give a huge thank you to that. It shows who truly wants to stay there and appreciate it.
And here's the cool thing about the HCW universe is although it was raining out and they stood and waited for almost an hour, we didn't lose many.
I would say less than 20 people, if that.
Potentially, but yeah, we didn't lose a lot. And that's just a statement to our fans, to the HCW universe. And, our guys were out there trying to keep them entertained for that hour, with promos and talking shit. And everyone just kind of pitched in and did what we needed to do. And I can't be more thankful for the firefighters who came in and got us taken care of. So I greatly appreciated that. And then
the funniest part, though, is that literally when I was walking out to call the next match, he said, "Hey, try to speed up the talking because we want to get right into this match." I step in the ring and boom, I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" I
would like to throw in my 2 cents there. I had this ritual in which what I do before I wrestle. I take a little bit of pre-workout, I do my prayer, and then I go out and I do my thing, right? I had just taken, I knew it was a big match for me, and I want to be prepared. I took a little extra pre-workout. I'm halfway into my prayer. Everything starts going off. I was one of the only ones that I was, excuse my language here, looking like a crackhead outside of the venue because I just took 2 scoops of pre-workout, and I'm sitting here I'm itching a little bit. I'm rubbing. I'm like, oh, it's kicking in. Shoot. And I had to wait 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and I'm over here rubbing myself. They're like, go entertain fans. I was like, I can't, because I'm sitting here scratching and itching because I just took some pre-workout, and I can't go up to fans like this rubbing myself because of the effects of the pre-workout. I was already amped up, smacked. I have a whole ritual before I wrestle. I already did everything. I was next one to be called out, and I'm itching. I'm scratching. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, what's going on here? Oh man. And then I have to go stand outside in the rain, which I have there's a whole nother story. I have nerve damage, stuff like that. So I'm sitting out there just having an interesting time where people are trying to talk to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. No, I get it. I get we're out here. It sucks, and it was not a good time for me at all because I was a couple seconds from walking out before everything hit.
Feeling a little Rain Man-y, huh? He didn't hear it. That's all right.
No, I didn't.
I said you were feeling a little Rain Man-y.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It was yeah, not a good time at all. But then once I after the match hit and everything like that, like everything worked out really well. So
yep.
So Paradox, what would you give one word for Legacy?
One word. It sounds silly, but almost like electrifying. Like there's Legacy set a. I talked about it, so I did the commentary at the show after. And it set like a certain standard of expectation for the next show where you have people that are either trying to prove themselves that like when they won, it wasn't a one-off thing. When they lost, it was a fluke. You know, there's a lot of energy in Legacy that if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. It sets a standard for the kind of energy that we put off. It really put forth the kind of energy that you want with a show, where twists happen. You know, all the things that you want happened where it's a perfect collision of things to where I felt almost like a robot at doing commentary where I kept talking about like they got something to prove at the next show. They have something to prove. Look, they lost and they have something to prove, or they won and like they want to like set a standard that like this is the new expectation. This is the new limit you have to exceed. Every match I had to keep reiterating that like Legacy set such a standard for stuff that, and some people absolutely met that criteria where they proved that it wasn't a fluke, or some of them fell short and they proved that like, hey, maybe they're on the downside and maybe they're just not doing that well anymore. And maybe that, you know, Legacy was a big moment in wrestling.
For HCW, I agree. So let's break this thing out. The VIP match for that was a ladder match for the Out of Luck title, and you had the Bruiser, which is Aaron Helms. You have Arthur A. Royal, who him and Helms have had quite the little beef. You have Gorgeous Gavin Bush. You had Colton Kinnaman. Shane Davis was in the match. Johnny Faith was in the match. Kargar. And the newcomer Malachi Mo Money. I think this was I think this was an eye opener for Malachi Mo Money. Like he did some things that was absolutely crazy, and the crowd was super behind him. Aaron Helms keeps up his dominant, just beating the fuck out of people, and but in this match we seen the return of Dickie Richards, or Richard Rashad Richards, and him and Shane Davis assisted Gavin Bush to win the Out of Luck title.
That I did not see that coming.
Me neither.
Me neither.
But I also didn't see him actually helping out Johnny Faith. I was like, what is going on here?
You know, I thought that was weird too. He kind of slid in. He was cheering for Johnny. He knocked whoever else was down so Johnny could start up.
Aaron Helms, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know who it was, but he's like knocked him down so Johnny could start going up the round just to hit him in the balls.
Taint. It was a taint. That's just taint funny.
This is 3 legacies in a row, Dickie's hit someone in the tank.
What was the first one? When did he hit somebody in the tank in the first one?
Every legacies, he's hit someone
Every
in the
one of
balls.
them.
Oh, wow.
Every one of them.
Wow.
What a jerk. I'm staying away from Dickie when it comes to legacy.
Oh, yeah.
He's the taint menace. Oh, man, Paradox.
Here we go.
I'm working on
fucking
you're good.
the kids and teach the kids and
But what's great about like what I think that first one, like a lot of people like they're used to a hard hitting match. It was hard hitting, and like I don't know what Tagum and Baggum was talking about him being 15 or 16, and like everybody's feeding into him.
They thought Malachi Mo Money was my youngster Logan. Logan is just turning 14. He's
I was like,
young.
I thought they were really playing.
No,
into
the youngster that runs the gear back and forth.
Oh, okay.
That's Logan. He's a 14-year-old youngster, and he's been training. His parents have co-signed. They're at every training, every show.
As someone who's been in the business long enough, seeing someone like Logan do what he does and get his parents' approval, which is a big step, and then also just his dedication to things is a huge, huge thing.
I agree.
He has good potential, but he has a drive that you want to see in those kind of people. He deserves some credit. While like being green and everything has its own steps and battles beyond it. He really has shown that like he's willing to, no matter what, he wants to be in this business. He wants to wrestle. He wants to be a part of everything. I've seen the battle royal he was in. I was rooting for him the whole time. He's very much of a kid that I want to see do really well. I love that he's got like, I went and talked to his parents in the crowd. They're watching him. They're looking after him at the same time. But he is someone who I think in a couple years you're gonna have to look out for. He's gonna put on some weight. He's not gonna stop trying to be that standard of wrestling.
Right. Which good kid, great kid, and like he's even so when he first came in and his parents reached out, I told him at the beginning, I'm like, the only thing that kept me passing in school was the fact of playing football. If I didn't have passing grades, I couldn't play. And I told him the same thing. I said, if you don't have passing grades, you can't train. Like you're gonna have to keep your grades up. This kid is 14 and probably 5'10", 5'11". Like he's going to grow into a good thing. And like Paradox said, like he wants to learn. He's eager. Like I told him, he's got to be a little patient because he's still super young. But super excited about the youngster coming in. But they were talking about him when they should have been talking about Malachi Mo Money. Because that kid looked like a star, wrestled like a star, and you give him some time under his belt, I think you're looking at one.
Yeah, Drake.
I think that really makes a great point there with Malachi Mo Money. While I do give the young kid his accolades and like his drive to do stuff, Malachi Mo Money is going to be, as long as he keeps it up and he does, he does the right things. He's a young and upcoming star I think you should look out for. Personally, like I watched another one of his matches when I was commentating, and he's got some stuff. It's new. It's a little bit different, but you're gonna have to look out for him. Absolutely.
You know what he wanted to say? Looks like a young
No, what I wanted to say
doing
was
crazy shit.
No, what I wanted to say
Only
was looking like a kid that
4?
I could chop and Kate his chest in.
Golly, why you want to chop these
You'd
kids?
have to jump a little bit to reach his chest,
anybody,
wouldn't you?
It's like I said before. Anybody
He's
can
not
get it.
Kid Reaver.
Okay?
Oh,
And I don't know. I never intended this to happen. A lot of people want to be chopped by me, and I don't get it. But like, I will oblige everybody. Okay.
I'll pass. I'll take a rain check on that.
All right, before we move on,
Okay.
I need to know who has a harder chop, him or the gentleman down in Texas that I heard so much about when I went down there with you. The guy that got you,
Bryce Payne.
Bryce Payne. Who has the harder chop?
It's right here, and I
Bryce
can correct you if
Payne.
you're wrong.
Oh fuck! But their chops are different. Here, the chops are different. Bryce had such a knife edge chop that was like super impactful.
It drew blood from what I hear.
100% did. But I've seen Paradox.
Well, we've
do the
all
same
seen Paradox
damn thing.
against Kane.
So I'm gonna say that's a draw.
I'd like to say I will
he's
gladly
saving
correct
his
that
saving
for
his
you.
skin.
It's a tie. I don't want to say Bryson had to get chopped by
correct
him.
that opinion for you.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah, you see how he's double backing.
No, I
you see how
said-
he's double backing. He's like,
good.
no, look, it's not how it happened. That's another raw answer. I pride myself. Look, I pride myself in
Yeah.
realism
I'm
in that
old.
chop.
I'm old,
okay?
Paradox.
And it doesn't matter what it is. I will chop the shit out of you no matter who you are. Okay.
That's true. All right. So before we gloss over the rest of that ladder match, I just want to kind of throw out a couple kind of big things. Johnny Faith looked like he had that match in hand if it wasn't for Dickie. Colton Kinnaman, huge showing, and kind of to reward him on the showing that he had in that ladder match, I'm giving him a match for the Independence title versus Kane Carter.
Wow, that'll be awesome.
So that will happen the 23rd at Battle for Blood.
And a man that has changed his appearance like almost a complete 360. Like that dude's getting so trimmed and jacked, and his chain wrestling, like you've talked about, like you love that. Like that guy puts on a show.
So and then Johnny Faith did his thing. Should have been that out of luck champion, but gorgeous Kevin Bush, huge win, and out of luck champion for the time being. Going into the start of the show, we went right to the Independence title match, where we had Mitch Onyx, who had cashed in that out of luck title for this opportunity, versus Sugar Kane Carter. Paradox, I know you like good wrestling, and Kane Carter, in my opinion, is up there as one of the best.
No. Look, so
He's like squirrel.
Absolutely.
But
it
this
did.
match was good. It started out
I
super
think
technical.
that Kane Carter, when it comes to a standard, look, he
Good.
fits the bill. He is a standard of person that is the rightful carrier of that belt. If that connects here, and I think that he's the person to beat. And as a fan of somebody who likes to wrestle, fight whoever it is, he's the person that is the standard right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And carrying that belt well. Nice match with him and Mitch Onyx. But still, your Independence champion is Kane Carter. Following that match was the body bag match between one of your good friends and Kit Reaver and the Seventh Seals Simon. Kit come out and does what Kit does, and Kit entertains the HCW crowd like no other. He's unique. He's different. And this match with Simon, could have went either way. I think Simon had him for a little bit, but Kit was able to overcome all the stuff, stick Simon in that body bag and zip it closed. And then the Diamond Kings come out and took Simon away. So winner of that match, Kit Reaver, on a huge win.
I have a question. Who do you think has had Simon's fingers in their mouth more than Kit Reaver? I swear I've seen I don't think anybody else has had his digits in their mouth more than Kit. I'm just saying. It's kind of like Heidi and all those damn staples that she put in his back. That's how many times he's had that many fingers in his mouth.
That's so bad. It's so bad.
Ugh.
You know, but at the end of this match, when Kit put him in the body bag, he took his mask. What does that mean for Simon? What does that mean for the Seventh Seal? I guess we'll see.
No, I just think that it's a great.
Following that
There's
match,
a whole lot of
we
psychology
had-
that goes into that with Simon not having his mask. You know, it's a whole ploy. I won't divulge too much, but it works to my advantage, and it's helped me already greatly.
Yeah, that's facts. So with going into the next match was the Sunflower title match. Was a newcomer was Soraya Saber versus the current champion Mindy. Soraya came in, huge showing, super aggressive. But Mindy Grace was, I'm going to get in trouble.
Oh, shit. He did it again. Damn, Tagger Bagham's got you.
Yeah, they're going to tell on me, too.
They're going to clip
Anyways, Mindy retaining her Sunflower title and still the champion.
Indeed. Great match, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, for what we know, I mean, how thin that the female group can be. Like, they showed up.
Yeah, sure. And I know for sure Soraya Saber will be back. And again, another good showing by the Sunflower champion in Mindy. So following that match, we went into, I granted Mr. Johnny Faith a rematch. And I don't do many rematches. Like Paradox knows this. He was the HCW champion at one time. But I don't usually grant rematches, but but I thought Gavin Bush snaked his way into that Out of Luck championship. And Johnny Faith said, "Billy, give me an opportunity, one-on-one." And so I did. So I stuck Johnny Faith versus Gavin Bush for the Out of Luck title. And this match was probably...
It's got to be the shortest match
2 minutes long, maybe a minute, 30 seconds.
I give it 30 seconds.
It was quick because Johnny ducked something, hit this fucking code red pinfall, and 1, 2, 3 beat Gavin Bush and become the Out of Luck champion.
Shortest HCW match in HCW history. Bravo.
And then I believe shortly after that was the fire alarm.
It was right before the Paradox Blade match.
Correct. All right. So after you defeated Blade, we moved to Drake and Logan Knight. And this match was almost as quick as you versus Blade. You know, they fought all around. Logan slid in and hit him with a couple, I think it was 5, maybe 6 brainbusters before the referee called a stoppage of the match. And I've never seen Drake Gallows beat up the way Logan Knight beat him up.
I've never seen a match get called due to how bad the other person beat the other dude up, like with it being by pinfall.
I mean, I've seen that before. I've been doing this a long time, but like legitimately, like in HCW, it's the first. So, just a brutal showing from Logan Knight, and Drake Gallows was on Tag 'em and Bag 'em right afterwards. And, you know, he talked about how, yes, that happened and he felt he could still continue, but the end of the day, bad guys do bad things.
Right. But we did leave off at, we were actually mentioning Drake was on the most recent, actually 2 episodes ago of Tag 'em and Bag 'em's right after Legacy. They broke down the Legacy, which great, awesome episode. Like I haven't even gotten all the way through it, but
Bro, Drake
This is gonna be the
Poor
best episode.
Jordan.
Doesn't matter.
Drake was such an asshole. Drake was Drake.
Jordan was like Kilroy. Jordan was like Kilroy in the with the mic like
Bro,
this.
it was
All you
so
saw was
bad.
this. All you saw was
so
this.
Bad.
Or-
But like he said, bad guys do bad things, and yes, Logan got the big victory and moved on to face Chance at Salina for the title. But I don't think that feud is done, but I don't have Drake booked on anything for a while, so we'll see.
Sounds like Drake makes as many roles as he wants it for himself. So I mean,
shortly after that was
if you know anything about Drake, that's exactly how he rolls. So it doesn't really matter what you do. He's gonna do as he pleases, anyways. If he feels the right to come in and do something with him,
I got fireballs in my pocket, bitch.
Yeah, dude, I would put my money on that not being ended. There's gonna be something more to that, and yeah, Drake gets his.
I mean, we did skip over the fact that he interrupted Stormy's.
He did.
Address.
Stormy was going to address the fans about something, and then Drake comes out and shoots a fireball in her face. And Logan came out and started beating the ever-living crap out of that man. Drake was bloody and then hit with 5 or 6 freaking brain busters. And the ref said, stop. Like, it was done.
Bye, Felicia.
I mean,
you gotta respect that.
We'll see what happens after that, but
you gotta respect that, though.
Yeah, like Logan came out and did what he wanted to do, and showed Drake that he wasn't scared of him.
You gotta love a little bit of fire in him, and involved in something though too at the same time.
So after that, we went into the tag title match where we had No Coast Yakuza versus the tag team champion Diamond Kings. No Coast has been after these titles for a while. There's been a lot between No Coast and Coda Brand and Diamond Kings, but Diamond Kings come in as the champions, but they did not leave as the tag team champions. At one point, KT Lynn got on the ring to try to interfere, and we seen a Morgan LeVay come out and chase her out. And then No Coast Yakuza defeated the Diamond Kings for the 1, 2, 3, and your new HCW tag champions are the No Coast Yakuza.
And Mr. Who was that? It was the KCAC tag team titles, right?
Huh?
Which one was it? The KWA tag team titles.
Correct.
You have one of the original KWA tag team titles from the beginning of HCW, holding a tag team title belt now, right?
One of the so you're talking about the KWA tag champ.
Yeah, before you actually
he was
made him,
half of those.
Yeah,
but
okay.
he is now part of the HCW tag champions. But as the celebration was going down, Coda Brand's Native Combat made an appearance. And they congratulated No Coast, but said on May 23rd at Battle for Blood, they want the opportunity that they've been denied multiple times, which is not true. Just to defend myself, absolutely not true. They've had multiple opportunities. It is not my fault that they can't get a triple threat match handled. So, not my issue.
Yeah, Cam, fake news.
Yeah, fake news. Shortly after that match, we had an absolutely banger of a match, which was a Loser Leaves HCW no DQ match.
Unsanctioned.
Because I didn't want to be responsible for the damage.
Understandable.
And Austin Reddick and T2G was such a good tag team. They dominated. The fans loved them. And it all boiled down to this. T2G, Austin Reddick, Loser Leaves HCW, no DQ.
Quick question for you before we move on. Did you go back and watch that match?
I watch every show usually on the Sunday after.
Okay. So after rewatching it, would you have if you would have changed anything about Legacy 3? Like, I don't know if you've ever done this before, like kind of been like, man, I really like wish I would have done this. Like, I don't know if do you ever do that? Like whenever you're planning a show, like, critique yourself a little bit?
I always critique myself, but in the same
You're not hard on yourself though?
No, because like even when I tell my kids, like if you have a bad match, give it 24 hours and forget it. Mm-hmm. You can be mad at yourself for 24 hours.
But the reason why I asked
at that 24 hours mark, you leave it alone.
And the reason I asked that, because I've heard you say that before. You can't give this match 24 hours. That's a career.
I'd like
a
to interject here. It is, I think, in a better explanation of what he's trying to say is whenever something like that happens, is you have to. There's two sides to it, right? You have to be able to learn from that, and that's what I think he's talking about here. Is you're learning from that experience. Where like there's not a bad match because whether there's a win, lose, or draw, you're learning from what happened. You're learning from everything, and it makes you better because. He's smart enough to know that whatever happens, he understands and can process and learn from that and the outcome of whatever happened.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, because I was like, did you go back and watch it and be like, man, that would have been one hell of a main event?
You know, it's one of those deals. I'm a huge proponent of my title being the main. Mm-hmm. And the main event absolutely killed it.
Right. And I don't disagree with that. But like the whole, like, I thought it was cool how the legacy, Austin Reddick's legacy and T2G's legacies were tied to Legacy 3.
Which I don't disagree there. And that match was fantastic. Like it was so good. And, you know, it could have been the main event, but it wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the main event killed it.
Yeah, and I would never say change it.
Great job.
I just didn't know if you held yourself.
But this no DQ match meant a lot, I think, to a lot of people. And it sucks losing Austin Reddick in the locker room because as much as of an asshole he was in front of the crowd, he was a locker room leader. And he's one of those old school guys that just made HCW better. He
was like a nice Drake.
Yeah.
What
Paradox?
Well, look. I'm very respectable. Let's start off there. Very, very respectable relationship with Austin Reddick, but it depends on the aspect you have. And kind of the relationship you have with him, as where the way me and him talked was very much to push me, as where he's a very smart man and he knows the type of environment and the attitude in which and also the type of way you need to be talked to grow. And you're absolutely right. Like he's somebody that grows the locker room because of the way he can adapt and really fit to the way that you learn and you grow. Whether he's got to be nice, like, hey, man, you did great. Like, look, work on this, but you did an awesome job. Or also on the other side of things, like, hey, he can absolutely come at you and be like, look, you fucked up. You did this, you did that in a very aggressive way because he knows that's how you learn. That's how you receive things, and it comes off in a really good way. So, yes, it is a very good point. That's a big loss in the locker room, as he was a good asset.
Great match. T2G. You know, I was torn because I didn't want to make this match. It was asked to have, and both men agreed.
Begged.
To it. So T2G finally got over that hump, and we'll see where that leads him. Like, can he use this momentum to do something with it, or will he let it flounder like Austin felt like he was going to. So we'll see how that goes. After that leads us into the main event of Legacy.
And let's not forget, though, we're missing one aspect. Every single inaugural champion at HCW showed up to this show.
Correct. So, before we get into that main... Are you all right over there?
I'm good.
He's allergic to bullshit.
No, look, I'm good.
How is he around himself all the time?
I don't know.
Because he's fucking full of it. Yeah,
It's gonna happen
before we
again, I
get to
can
this
feel
main
it.
event, I do want to highlight one thing. We seen the return of the carnivore Remington Roar. And it looks like he has one thing in mind, and that is the Midwest Monster Blade. He said Blade was talking shit about that old Heartland title, and he's here to correct those shit talking. So let's give a spoiler. Remington wants Blade, and I'm kind of obliged to give it to him.
Look, if there's anybody that
Remington,
if there's anybody that Blade should be worried about, it's Remington Roar. I've fought him multiple times. If there's anybody you should be worried about, it's Remington Roar. Okay. He's a fucking monster.
I don't disagree.
He's a monster at the same time, and a completely different aspect of what Blade is, because Blade deserves all of the everything he's earned, and he is in himself a force to be reckoned with. But so is Remington, and I look as a wrestler, but also as a fan, I want to see it. I want to see those two collide, and I want to see. It's exciting for me to.
And you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it on May 23rd at Battle for Blood. Remington Roar, the Midwest Monster Blade, is official.
I can't believe, I heard Remington say that he cried for that title. I didn't know he cried.
Bro, that belt meant a lot to a lot of people. And I think that's why Blade has it over his shoulder talking shit. Because if he can bring any title back through his career, I think the KWA Heartland title would be it.
It was called the KWA Heartland
title.
Oh, wow. I just thought it was wow.
So the legacy of that belt means a lot. People like Paradox, Remington, Flex Reed, Blade.
Didn't Drake have it?
Drake has carried that title. No, Drake carried the XWE title the longest.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyways, that leads us into our main event of Legacy, and which was goodness, I have Remington on the brain. Which was Chance Kerrigan versus the illustrious Ray Leon, and this match has been brewing for a while. Chance at
Red
Kettle Rumble hit him with a guitar, and then at Road to Legacy, Ray threw the title in Chance's face and then put him through a table with a spine buster. But this match did not disappoint. It was hard hitting. It was emotional. It was fast paced. It was what you would want from a main event. And unfortunately for the illustrious Ray Leon, your winner and new Heartland champion is none other than Chance Kerrigan.
You overstepped your words there. You're like,
I had to
no, you overstepped your words about people not being happy.
Chance Kerrigan,
nobody was upset.
Discard his words because he can't figure out what he's talking about. Chance Kerrigan is a great champion, and Chance Kerrigan is the type of person that has absolutely exceeded the point of when being pushed, he will step to that level and he will be that person. Again, as I've restated before, as a person who loves to be challenged and wrestle whoever is on the table, That's what Chance did. Even though it was one of his closest friends, even though it was somebody who he knew, he did not care, and he was willing to put everything on the line to win that belt. And that's exactly what he did. And look, while he's maybe not the...
So are you saying you agree with Chance Kerrigan?
No. Look, like while he's not a nice guy, like he didn't do everything exactly how it should be done. You have to respect the fact that he did. Look, he won that belt by all means. Now, he's not a nice guy, and he didn't do he didn't win the belt in an honorable way. He still did everything he could to get that. And he put one of his best friends at the time was what was on the wayside of his journey to become the champion. Yeah, in a way.
Okay, but like he said it wasn't about the friendship at all. It was about he felt like Ray wasn't there. Do you agree with him?
To an extent, but like I view friendships as something a little bit more in depth and different. So you're very right. Where like it was a good turmoil. There was a good resistance in this match where like you could see even through when they were fighting, you could see the hesitation or the anger with every friendship you have that was colliding, and it was a very complex match that happened. It just so happened that Chance Kerrigan.
So let me ask you a question.
More. He didn't care more, and he was willing to sacrifice everything to achieve what he wanted.
And it worked because he is now the HCW champion. But here's my question to you. Have you ever been put in that situation where you've had to fight someone you felt like that's your best friend? Sure,
in an aspect, but again, like to dial back to previous on the show, if you put me in a situation where I'm a selfless person, and if it was Sid, right? If it was her, I would give everything. There's no pride that overtakes that. The difference here is with Billy. If Billy had the highest title in the whole entire world, I had to fight him for it. I'll give you a fight, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep it honorable. With him, he put that aside. He did not care. He wanted that title enough that he was willing to put all that aside. The honorable, the being respectful, the friendship. He put it all aside for that moment to experience the moment of being the champion. The sacrifice is honorable there, but at the same time, it's not for me as a wrestler and someone who does everything, and I will always do everything in the honorable way. If I beat you, I'm going to beat you straight up. That I don't want anybody to say or ever have the moment to say, well, he got that championship because he cheated, or he got that championship because he did this. No, when I win the title, it's going to be because of this. Chance didn't care about that. And in the same way, he put everything on the line. A friendship, a friendship and a mentorship on the line, willing to give up everything to win something is a great thing at the same time.
Isn't that, though, like, something to admire a little bit? Like, if you're able to put all of that aside to go after what you want.
I think you guys are both overthinking this.
No,
you guys are both overthinking this because I
don't think it's an overthinking
paradox.
thing.
I will slap you through this computer.
I don't think it's an overthinking thing, though. Because in the aspect of what he's talking about is...
Eat it or shit.
Can I see it honorable as he gave up everything, right? To me, no, because I have to win it straight up and to the core. It's honorable. Nobody can ever debate. When I win a title, you'll never debate why I won that title, right? For him, on that same aspect...
What was the debate on Chance?
You guys are overthinking it. I'm just saying.
What was the debate on Chance? He beat him.
Overthinking it.
But he cheated.
Okay, explain your side, Bobby.
There was aspects of Chance cheating.
Hang on, Chance. Hang on. Paradox, hang on. Explain. Go ahead.
You guys are pointing too many fingers like Chance's feelings or Ray's feelings or whatever. At 4 p.m. today, there was a comment on, let's shout out Mason Cole again, at one of the wild, like, he catches memories, I think, that are like, will be forever cherished.
All right, so what was the comment?
Chance holding the belt after he'd won it, laying on the ground with that shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
The comment at 4, I think it was 4 p.m. Kane Carter just commented, I created this. You guys are blaming Chance's feelings. Is it Chance's feelings, or was it Kane pulling those feelings out of him?
I mean, if you want to go that route, okay, yeah. Kane beat an unbeatable Chance Kerrigan, who has still not been beat since and is now your HCW champion. Maybe Kane Carter just lit a fire under a Chance Kerrigan.
Right, he just admitted, that's all his comment was. I created this.
I mean, maybe he did.
It's kind of like,
sometimes when you create monsters, can you beat those monsters you create?
but you could do the same thing for Ray.
Look.
Dickie could have made that same comment.
You just overpassed something he said. Look, you gotta have respect to what he just said, because I've experienced it multiple times.
Which one?
When you create a monster, can you beat that monster? And that is a big aspect in wrestling. When you push, in layman's terms here, when you push someone to their limit, can you also go to that limit? Where there's a lot of people, like me, for example, I'm a humble person and I'm willing to fight you, but my limit far exceeds what you would think it would as a good person. I will go further than what you think I will.
As an example,
yeah.
An example, Drake Gallows put your sister through a table.
And that's a great point. Is one of my favorite quotes also is it's not about how bad you are. It's not about how evil you are, how evil you can be. Sometimes it's just about the extent you're willing to go. Will you go further than me? Will you push yourself further than me? Will you emotionally, physically, emotionally, every portion of that, will you go further than I will? Are you willing to put that on the line? Are you willing to sacrifice all these things? That's such a huge aspect in wrestling that some people don't understand. I don't care if you fuck up, if you try to tear apart my family. I don't care if you try to emotionally ruin me. If you post on social media and you ruin my entire image, I don't care. My whole purpose of what I'm about is to just beat you. What are you willing to put on the line? What are you willing to sacrifice? That's a huge aspect in wrestling, and it goes so much deeper than, can you fight? Cool, I can fight, but can you put your reputation on the line? Can you put your family on the line? Can you put everything you ever stood for and everything surrounding it? Can you put it on the line? What are you willing to sacrifice for the opportunity to beat me? And
Right, and I think that's what Chance did to become the HCW champion.
100%.
He didn't care what it took.
100%.
He was after it.
100%. Chance put everything on the line. And when I mean everything, his reputation, his image, his family, no matter what it was, he did not care. He put it all on the table and said, come take it if you want it. That's the truth.
I agree. At the end of the day, one of the shows that I think I'll remember for a long time, Legacy 3 was fantastic. It was what we want a legacy to be, except for the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Did you see when you came and looked at me? He walked by and he just had his hands on his hips like Billy does and just stared at me, tapped on the table. Like this was after I think something was running through your head. You're like, should I go out there and say something to the whole? You let it cook because Ray had just lost. I think you were debating. I don't know if you were. I just saw you. You almost reached for a microphone. I don't know if you remember that.
You mean after the show?
After the match. You were letting everything happen. You're like, should I? And you're like, no. But like you looked at me, I don't know if you saw me. I was like, man, this is like I'm exhausted too. Like I was like, shit.
It was one of those shows where afterwards, like, and everybody knows Legacy is my birthday weekend. So everybody's ready to finish this show and go get me stupid fucked up. That's their goal every time, is how quick they can get me fucked up. I think that's the goal.
I've succeeded the best at that.
Yeah, they were like, hey, let's not give Billy a shot every 10 minutes.
I just want to make the point here where I have exceeded the best at getting Billy the fucked up the most. Me and Howard, me and him did the best job at fucking you up over anybody ever in the entire world. I know this because I carried you out. I carried you myself, and Howard carried you out.
Listen, Handgun did a good ass job too.
No, not better than us. You couldn't walk. You had to call your wife to come pick us up.
The one in Hutchinson?
We're the ones that carried you out. Me and Howard Allen.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The best of all time ever, and it was within 45 minutes to an hour.
Fuck you.
Because he knows. Look, he knows. Like, dude, when you talk about bringing Howard into the equation when it comes to you, that's my boy. That was the thing. One thing we could both do is drink, and you couldn't drink like us.
Whoa.
That's 5 words. That's 5 words.
I'm probably 20 years older than both of you fucks.
Who?
Maybe 15 older than both of you fucks. And I can still hold my own, so don't talk your shit.
Not against me and Howard. Me and Howard put you on the table every time. Me and Howard put you on the table every time. Every time.
Okay, but I still stuck around.
I think this is how young Paradox is. He's saying we put you over the table. I think he means drink you under the table.
No,
that's how young Paradox is.
Listen. I'm saying drink you under the table every time. I know one thing, and he's always debated it. I can drink more, be more, do more than him. He trained me. I am the best aspect, every attribute he has, I excel at in every way. Okay? And he cannot debate that in any way. Especially when it comes to drinking. You want to drink, I can drink you under the table, I can work you under the table, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Huh? Just saying. Look, just saying. Just saying.
Shit talking motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
The camera makes you look like you got a big head, but now everybody knows it.
Yeah, now you can see how big his head is.
A lot of the times, look, I don't talk about what I can do.
You know who has the two biggest heads? The two biggest heads in HCW? Kit Reaver and Paradox.
I thought you were going to call him by his Smack Talk Showdown name.
I should have.
The Ravaging Nurse or something
Ravaging Nurse, bitch.
Whatever it was. I don't remember. It's been too long. Raging Nurse.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways.
Did you have any highlights about Salina? Like, I heard the Tag 'em and Bag 'em's cover, which you guys need to go and check out their show.
Go check out Tag 'em and Bag 'em for an update for Salina. We've been going 2 hours, so we're going to wrap this damn thing up.
We need to do it in person for sure next time.
Because in person's going to be like 4 hours, so it's fucking stupid.
That's fine. I'll clear out all my data, make sure I got all the memory to record everything, and we won't have to worry about Paradox turning his damn camera, trying to check his messages.
You know why? Because he don't ever check them any other time, so he's got to check them bullshit. Anyways, hey, Paradox. Guess what?
What?
You've officially been chopped with bumping chops.
Good. You better watch out next time. If I come in there in person, I'll fuck you up.
Hey, before we actually cut this, shout out your. Do you guys? Oh, you don't have socials. Never mind.
I mean this in every aspect. Look, it is exactly this. I am a wrestler. This is what I do. I don't really care about socials. I should. Absolutely I should, but
horrible.
Through and through, I am just a wrestler. I am just that guy that, like, you want me, I'll show up in person, I'll do this. I'm not a socialist guy.
If Paradox used the social media like he should, he might have fucking went somewhere big.
Yeah, look,
Heard
when I went
that.
to New York and when I went to Denver, Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, and Staten Island and New York, I probably could have went somewhere. But look, I'm just a basic guy that just loves to fight and wrestle.
No
That's it.
social media using bitch.
You had to have been using MySpace today.
Hey, I had a good,
Love you, brother.
I had a good
Later.
song that tagged in when you clicked on my profile. I had a great song that chimed in. So you clicked on my profile.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later. We will have to do this again.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.